Hey friends, Cowboy Joe Boo here with the Joe Boo Report. You know, I'm so happy that football season is finally back because I just love listening to the bull that Stephen A. Smith talks about the Dallas Cowboys. Last week it was, oh, it's only preseason about Dak Prescott. He's a rookie. He's a fourth round draft pick. He's a nobody. Now he says he's got Tony Romo worried. Come on, man. Man, you just like starting shit, don't you? Don't you, Stephen A.? Well, let's check it out. But one good thing I like to hear is Herm Edwards is very excited about Dak Prescott. Now remember, friends, click over there on the picture of me and Sean Lee to subscribe to the Joe Boo Report.
Little late blitz, back to throw, deep fade, left side, Bryant at the run, is he in? Touchdown to Des Bryant. What a throw by Prescott on the deep fade. Prescott with the snap back. The pocket collapses, he rolls right. He runs 20, 15, 10, first down, 5, left down. Walking the dog himself. Touchdown, Prescott, 20 yards. Wow.
How about it? Dak Prescott appears to be the real deal for the second preseason game in a row as the Cowboys steamrolled the Dolphins 41-14 in 6 drives. He put up 34 points while trending on Twitter, and you don't need to convince Des Bryant on his talent. Des saying, either you can do it or you can't. The guy is a student. Give it to him. You've got to give it to him. Tony Romo also bought in, saying, I'm very impressed with how Dak has played. It kind of reminds me a little bit of back in the day in some capacity. So, of course, to himself, Herm Edwards in the house for this conversation. How we doing, Herm?
I'm well.
We want to get your thoughts here. Should Romo be concerned by how well Dak's playing?
No. Romo should not be concerned. We know this team is, 7-20 without Tony Romo. Now, Dak Prescott, when you look at him and you evaluate him through the preseason, he has played better than any rookie quarterback. That's the first round picks that have been picked thus far in this year's draft. What he has done has put the spotlight on him for a lot of different reasons, obviously. The Dallas Cowboys early, when they were looking for a backup quarterback, everyone anticipated they would go get a veteran guy. I think he has squashed that in the fact that how he has played. Now, you have to understand this is the preseason. There has been not a lot put on his plate as far as what he will see defensively, but his ability to take care of the football. That's what's important at that position. Probably the most important thing when you think about the quarterback position as young quarterbacks play. Don't lose games. He has not done that. He has not put them in a position to lose games because he hasn't turned the ball over. He's made some nice plays with his arm, also made some nice decisions with his feet to move out of the pocket and make some plays. We talked about the numbers earlier, but arrows are pointing up. A long way to go yet, but you like what you see out of this young guy.
I thought it was very impressive. That's 2 weeks in a row. It is just preseason, but he has touch on the ball. When guys are getting behind the defense, he can make those short and intermediate, especially passes, which are difficult usually for rookies, coach, it seems to me. You mentioned making plays with his legs, with his arm. Dez seems to love him. You know,
that's important. When the veterans are on your train, that's a good. When Des Bryant stays in the game because he wants to play with this guy,
and
that says something.
Makes plays with him. They got a great offensive line. They got what looks to be a guy, you can't give it to him yet, but it looks like, certainly in a fantasy draft, that everyone believed that Ezekiel Elliott's going to put up some numbers. I don't think Tony Romo has anything to fear from Dak Prescott in the sense that Romo can ball when he's healthy. Even at his age, when he's on the field, I think he's a great quarterback when he's on the field. Just about, not quite as good as anybody, but right in that A- tier, let's say, behind Aaron Rodgers, a few others. Here's the thing. It's not impossible that he could lose his job. That doesn't mean he has to fear it in the sense that when Romo gets hurt, which I think is a when, not an if, based on his recent history, Dak can get the job done. And we've even seen guys like Kurt Warner, playing at his best, lose his job to an inferior quarterback like Mark Bulger because the team was winning with Mark Bulger. But if you can still ball, you will find another job. You will have more success, as Kurt Warner did. So does Dak Prescott imperil Tony Romo in some way if he gets hurt? Yeah, I think he does if he gets hurt. But that doesn't mean that's the end of Tony Romo, because Tony Romo can still play when he's healthy. What is this?
Remember, Tony Romo's 36 years old.
Yeah.
If he gets hurt again, that's not a good sign.
No, but these guys play till they're 40.
Yeah, but all of a sudden, injuries become a part of the pattern.
I think that's
never
already
good. I hope he doesn't get hurt. I like Tony Romo. I think he's a good quarterback. I don't know if he's right behind Aaron Rodgers.
Not right. I don't know he's number 2.
Okay.
I mean, he's in tier 1A.
Okay.
So you don't think so, Coach?
Well, I'm just saying.
Aaron Rodgers
when you
and
get out, live in Los Angeles.
Let me jump
You're
in,
in Los
Coach.
Angeles. You know, you're 3 hours
Let me jump in, Coach, because Max Kellerman, you're on the verge of having your football card confiscated by me.
By who?
You better watch yourself. You better watch the stuff that you say. Tony Romo, Tier 1. What drug are you sniffing?
1A.
Just stop it. Well, ain't no 1A.
When he's healthy.
Listen, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. The man's been a starting quarterback in the NFL for a decade. He's got 2 playoff victories. Stop it. Stop it right now. Just stop it, okay? Let's stop it right now. Now let me get to Dak Prescott. Both of you. I cannot, and you too, Molly.
I didn't say anything.
Mollywood. I cannot believe that y'all are not seeing what's going on. This is hilarious to me. Do y'all not see what's transpiring? Let me ask you a question. What do we praise Jerry Jones for more than anything?
Oh.
We talk about
Promotion.
hype machine
Yeah.
personified. Headlines, right? Because we know Dallas don't win nothing on the field. It's what they do in the headlines, right? They grab all the attention,
Yeah.
right? You talk about the Dallas Cowboys. You see that new. Did you ever see a practice facility make front page news? That's what happened with the Dallas Cowboys. They had a new practice facility. Even that made front page news. It's all being set up beautifully. I mean, I picked them to win the NFC East. And the more I see everybody talking about Dak Prescott, the more I start laughing because it's another element that's going to get in their way. It's something else that's going to get in their way that's going to ruin their season, which would make me feel beautiful. I mean, this is beautiful. It's being set up beautifully. Dak Prescott, you have every reason to be concerned about Dak Prescott if you are Tony Romo. Because if this guy steals headlines, then all of a sudden the pressure is going to mount on Tony Romo to produce because you're going to have people, because Dallas is going to turn around. Listen, I know Dallas Cowboys fans all over the place that already have turned against Tony Romo. I mean, he's the chosen one. It's not like he's the prodigal son. I mean, please, they'll turn on Tony Romo in a heartbeat. Let a collarbone injury come up. Let his back or his hip or his knee hurt. Let him go to Duke again shooting baskets, but he can't get on the field and stay there. Trust me. They'll sit up there and be like this, Dak, where's Dak? You mean that guy from Mississippi State that passed for over 3,700 yards last year? 25 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, suspect receiving corps, highly suspect offensive line, got a strong arm, got wheels, can move, plus he has youth on the side and potentially durability, and we're gonna sit up there and continue this love affair with a dude that's never around either to get you to the playoffs or ain't available when the playoffs are there? You kidding me? Trust me when I tell you, you think headlines. I know that Dak Prescott is no Tony Romo. I am in no way implying that he is as
After
good.
all that.
Listen, I am in
all that.
Listen, I'm trying to educate you, brother.
Oh.
Listen, I'm not in any way saying he's better than Tony Romo yet. I'm saying the specter of the possibility is enough to rattle Jerry Jones. And if it rattles Jerry Jones, eventually it's going to rattle those Cowboys, the delusional worst fan base in American history who will jump off of Tony Romo's boat the second they get a chance. Trust you me, let Dak Prescott continue to play well in these preseason games and watch what kind of leash Tony Romo has. You mark my words.
Well, the leash will be this: if the Dallas Cowboys don't win with Tony Romo.
If.
There's a problem. There's a problem.
Of
because
course.
If Romo's
then
healthy, they're going to win.
They have a great chance to win if Tony Romo is healthy. There's no doubt about that.
Okay.
If they run
All right.
the
You hear
football
him? They have a
like they
great
did in 2012, then they will have a chance to win. Ezekiel Elliott's a big part of this. They want to run the football. The year they were 12-4, they ran it 508 times, only passed for 476 times. That's what they want to be. That's what they want to become. Why? Got to protect their defense. Their defense is still their defense.
That's right.
They don't have enough playmakers over there, so they have to keep.
Let's remind folks why they don't have enough folks. Because dudes can't stay off the weed. Dudes can't stay sober. I mean, these are the problems. It's not like the Dallas Cowboys don't have the personnel because they don't have the personnel. The personnel that they do have is too busy getting high.
Well, they bought low on defense, hoping that the off-the-field issues would affect the kind of value of the commodities they were going after. Randy Gregory and
Randy Gregory, Rolando McClain.
yeah, and some others. Anyway,
Lawrence.
Yeah, and
Marcus Lawrence.
it didn't exactly work out. But I want to get back to something Coach said. Dak Prescott, very impressive in the preseason. The
Yes.
defenses have not been game planning for Dak Prescott. What happens in the regular season if Romo gets hurt and now defense is game plan for the kid?
Well, I think it's very important that Dak Prescott plays with the ones in the third preseason game. because that's critical. I think Tony Romo needs to play the first quarter. This is what I would do. Tony. I'd play him in the first quarter. I'd get him out the second quarter. Let Dak play against the starters of the opponent.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a game plan a little bit evolving. In
See
this
all
now.
that other.
And let him do that so he can get used to the fact that, hey, you might have to play now.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
whether we're
the
winning.
football expertise.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
football
What does Herm Edwards know about?
But I'm just saying,
I'm not questioning.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying, you gotta get him in
Watch
the game.
yourself.
Are you going to pull his football cards? I'm curious.
No,
How many football cards do you
Listen, I hope
pull?
not.
I would not pull his football card.
Pulling my
You and I
football
need
card.
to talk.
Oh, we're
But I
gonna
will
have
tell you
card
this.
pulling.
But I will tell you this. All you're breaking down to me. How many times have we sat here? Now I got the $1 million question for you.
Yes.
How many times have you been on this show dissecting the Dallas Cowboys for football reasons?
Yes.
And then they mess up for non-football
No,
reasons.
no doubt.
It's who they are, Max. You see, and that's why I feel sorry. This is like you're like a puppy when it comes to talking about the Dallas Cowboys, Max Kellerman. You're not seeing it. They will find a way to mess it up. What do I say about them, Molly? Say it with me. They are an accident waiting to happen.
From your lips to the football
Book it.
god's ears, because I'm a Giants fan. I want that to happen.
Listen.
But on paper,
Romo-
even with the defense, they're the best team in the division if they stay healthy.
I'm telling you, Romo. I'm telling you, Romo could play all 16 games and somebody will still find a way. Whether it's now or during the playoffs, they'll find a way to get their own way.
Playoffs,
Book
no.
it.
Listen,
Book it.
third preseason game, the
Book it.
most telling, and then we'll wait for actual real football. We'll see.
Really?
We'll see
Yeah,
what
we'll
So
finish.
then why are we
around
talking
next
about
week.
Dak Prescott now then?
We'll talk about that.
Because the first two preseason matters well, but the third
All right
is
then.
usually the
So
most
Coach,
telling.
Coach,
I'm
your
just letting people know we can
football card is still
anticipate.
out there.
You're looking,
Interesting.
you're a troublemaker.
Here's how
Looking
coaches
forward to
view
number
the
three.
preseason. They
Yes.
don't count,
Yep.
but they matter. They matter in this sense. The evaluation of players matters. And if you're a starting player, it matters in this sense. You want to come out of the preseason playing well, feeling good about yourself.
Yep.
Score.
Yep. For the psyche,
Don't count.
everything going
Coach,
into the
that's
season.
what matters.
Coach, if you're the coach and Dak Prescott is your draft pick, and you see the first two preseason games, I know the responsible thing is to say, let's wait, let's see whatever. But the instinct, the kind of blink test, are you thinking, ooh, we got a guy?
You're excited. I've always said this about athletics. Listen to your eyes. What do your eyes tell you? Just listen to your eyes.
Yep.
Watch him play.
It's exciting, but it's still two preseason games.
Y'all are so
people.
touching.
Herm will be
Y'all are
back
so
with us a
touching.
little bit later. Always a pleasure having
So
you, Herm.
touching.
Can't hear
So
it.
touching.
Even Stephen A. Smith, who looks drunk at the moment, believes in Dak Prescott. Oh boy, it's going to be an interesting season. Thanks for watching the Joe Boo Report, and remember to watch me on the Benet Emery Show every Monday night. Have a great day, friends.